You know what's funny? Most men lose themselves trying to win a woman, and by the time she finally notices them, they're not even the man she was attracted to in the first place. See, attraction isn't about doing more. It's about being less needy, less available, less eager to please. Because when you start chasing her, you stop leading yourself. And that's the moment she starts losing interest. So today, we're not talking about tricks or tactics. We're talking about how to attract her authentically without losing yourself in the process. Let's begin. 1. Stay grounded in who you are. Most men lose their balance when they like someone. They start changing the way they talk, walk, even think, just to fit what they think she wants. But the truth is, women don't fall for the version of you that bends. They fall for the version that stands tall. Imagine this. You're at a coffee shop waiting for her. You see her walking in. Suddenly, your calm disappears. You're overthinking your words, your posture, your smile. In that moment, you've already lost the frame. Because you're no longer grounded in who you are, you're reacting to who she is. A grounded man doesn't need to perform. He doesn't wear masks to impress. His quiet confidence comes from knowing he can walk away at any time, not out of arrogance, but peace. When he speaks, he doesn't rush. When he listens, he really listens. His eyes don't dart around, they stay steady. That kind of calm energy is magnetic. See, being grounded isn't about being emotionless. It's about being centered. You can admire her beauty without letting it shake your foundation. You can enjoy her presence without losing your peace when she's gone. The Stoics called it ataraxia, a calmness that can't be touched by chaos. Start small, wake up earlier, say no when something doesn't feel right. Do one uncomfortable thing every day. Because every small decision that keeps you honest with yourself strengthens your inner core. And when a woman meets a man like that, she feels it instantly. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to stay rooted in it. Because once you know who you are, no one's approval can shake it. 2. Be silent more than you speak. Silence makes people uncomfortable, and that's why it's powerful. Most men talk too much when they like someone. They overshare, over-explain, overdo. They think the more they say, the more she'll understand them. But women don't fall for words. They fall for presence. Picture this. You're out with her. The conversation slows down. Instead of filling the gap with nervous chatter, you take a sip of your drink, hold eye contact, and just smile. That calm pause, that's mystery, that's control, that's attraction. Silence doesn't mean being cold. It means knowing when to speak and when to let things breathe. When you're silent, she gets to feel your energy instead of just hearing your opinions. It gives space for tension, curiosity, and comfort to build. The kind of silence that says, I don't need to impress you, I'm just here. A stoic man understands that not everything deserves a reaction. You don't have to comment on every story she tells or justify every emotion. You can just be. In a loud, noisy world, silence is rare, and what's rare becomes valuable. So next time you're tempted to prove yourself through words, stop. Let her wonder. Let her fill in the blanks. The less you speak, the more your presence speaks for you. Remember, silence isn't emptiness. It's power under control. 3. Don't chase her emotions. Steady them. She's distant today, colder than usual. Maybe she took hours to reply, or maybe her tone changed. Most men freak out at this point. They start apologizing for things they didn't even do. They overcompensate. And slowly, they hand her the steering wheel. But here's the truth. Her emotions aren't your job to fix. Women are emotional beings. Their moods can shift for reasons that have nothing to do with you. The more you chase her emotional highs and lows, the more she feels you don't trust your own ground. A stoic man doesn't chase storms, he becomes the calm after them. He listens, stays steady, and refuses to match her chaos. When she pulls away, he doesn't push harder. He gives her space to return. That balance builds deep attraction, because she'll test you, not consciously, but to see if you'll lose yourself when she shifts. And when you stay calm, she feels safe. Not because you solved her problem, but because you didn't crumble under it. Emotional control isn't coldness, it's strength. It's saying, I'm not here to fight your feelings, I'm here to hold mine. And that's the kind of energy that doesn't just attract women, it earns respect. 4. Lead without controlling. There's a difference between leading and controlling. One invites trust, the other breeds resistance. Most men confuse the two. They think being masculine means being dominant, being the loudest voice, making all the rules. But leadership, true leadership, is quiet confidence. It's guiding without forcing. When you lead without control, she feels it. You plan the date, but you don't dictate it. You ask for her opinion, but you don't depend on it. You move with purpose, not pressure. Picture a man walking beside her, not ahead or behind. That's balance. He's guiding the flow without choking it. Women love that kind of energy. A man who knows where he's going but doesn't drag her along. Control comes from insecurity. Leadership comes from peace. When you're centered, you don't need her to validate your direction. You already know your path. And if she trusts your calm, she'll naturally follow your lead. That's the beauty of stoic masculinity. It leads not by force, but by gravity. 5. Be okay with losing her. The hardest truth you'll ever learn as a man is this. The fear of losing her is what makes you lose her. When your peace depends on her staying, you'll start bending, pleasing, over-explaining, and betraying your own self-respect. You can't attract her authentically if your sense of worth depends on her approval. You've got to be okay with walking away, not out of coldness, but out of respect for yourself. Imagine this. She starts pulling away, testing your boundaries. Most men panic and chase. But the man who's okay with losing her simply stays still. He respects the distance. He doesn't beg. He doesn't force. And she feels that difference deep in her gut. Because confidence isn't loud. It's the quiet acceptance that says, if you go, I'll be fine. That's not indifference. That's self-respect. A woman can sense when your love comes from strength or from fear, and the man who's not afraid to lose her usually never has to. 6. Be unapologetically purpose-driven. A man without purpose is a man drifting. And when a man drifts, he clings to people, to relationships, to distractions. But when you're locked in on your mission, everything about you changes. The way you move, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. Women are drawn to men who are busy building something bigger than themselves. Not because of status, but because it shows direction. She wants to feel your purpose before she feels your passion. When you wake up early, train your body, learn, improve, that energy spills into every interaction. You stop begging for attention because your life already has meaning. And ironically, that's what makes her chase you. Don't let her become your goal. Let her become a part of the journey, if she fits, because your mission comes first. That's what keeps your soul masculine. That's what keeps you free. 7. Love without losing yourself. Loving her deeply doesn't mean losing yourself completely. Most men think being a good man means giving everything, their time, their space, their peace. But love that costs your identity isn't love, it's dependency. A stoic man loves with clarity, not chaos. He can hold her hand without losing his grip on himself. He gives, but he doesn't abandon his boundaries. When you love from strength, not need, your energy changes. You stop trying to please and you start connecting. You listen because you care, not because you're afraid to lose her. She feels that difference. She respects the man who can be soft but never small, who can love but still walk away when respect disappears. So, love her. Be kind, be present, but always stay rooted in who you are. Because when a man keeps his soul intact, that's when he truly becomes unforgettable. If this hit home, brother, remember, authenticity isn't something you fake to get her attention. It's something you protect to keep your peace. That's real attraction. That's stoicism.